Another few days of ECS are in the bag, and G2 had the lion's share of matches here in Europe, going 4 for 2, dropping a map to Godsent in overtime, and also one to Virtus Pro.
Yeah, speaking of Virtus Pro, they're kind of bodies today, and they're having a bit of a rough time. It doesn't seem like Mihu has really sort of fixed the issues all that much. Mousesports made them look a little bit silly today with lots of shotgun buys. Oscar and Simple, who was standing in for them today instead of Stiko, was getting Lasek. They had a lot of fun with that one, and for Mousesports it's great, but for VP, we're seeing the cycle continue, James.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them for the long term in terms of an upwards trajectory. It seems to be up and down consistently. FaZe were in action as well, taking a 16-5 win over Gambit and then a 16-2. Those are very dominant indeed, and I think that says more about Gambit than it does about FaZe. They are notorious for not really doing well online, and they got smashed in those games. They lost 16-6 to G2 as well, and 16-10. So Gambit, they struggled to make it into the league in the first place, and it wasn't a good week for them.
Yeah, and it's actually cool because one of the matchups we had this week as well was the Godsent Gambit face-off, and Gambit did have some struggles here or there, and stylistically, maybe it's not the best matchup for them. They actually went 1-for-1 with Godsent, but in seeing these matches and seeing Godsent get some more games played with the very young Brolan and Twist and so on, and Disco Dopplan, like we're seeing a lot of potential with this lineup. They're actually very exciting to watch. They've really made the team their own, and they continue to impress and be a team that we look forward to seeing.
Moving into North America, the NRG train continues to run over teams, and boy did Rogue get run over. They got absolutely annihilated on Overpass by both NRG and Luminosity. They lost 4-16 to Luminosity on Overpass, and then 2-16 versus NRG, and the NRG was an absolute smashing, but they are the strongest team in the league, and they've only got 2 games to go. They've only dropped 1 game so far.
Yeah, their form is very special. The NRG are a very special team right now. They've got clearly a very strong system, loads of strong players, new talent. Honestly, if you're not a fan of them, it's because you haven't watched them play yet. That's just as simple as that, really. So get on the VODs if you've missed any NRG games. It has been interesting with Luminosity because some people have drawn comparisons to Luminosity, but we keep seeing Luminosity run into struggles. When they look good, they look fantastic, but when they struggle, there seems to be some systemic issues in the way that they play. CT on Inferno, for example, we saw it today, and some other things as well. There seems to be these niggly little details that are preventing them from having this consistency.
Yeah, and they took some maps off. They took a map off Cloud9, they took a map off Rogue, and they took 2 maps off Renegades as well. So Luminosity had a good week this week. Renegades, I think they struggled this week. We still wait. I think we can all agree that as a team they're capable of more, but they're struggling to find that consistency in a similar way to perhaps North are struggling in Europe to find their own consistency, generally speaking. And Optic, of course, they're a new team, but they've been vocal about the struggle that they've been having as well. So some people are not doing so well in the league, but there are still more games to be played, so perhaps they'll be able to recover before the end of the league. It's not just about qualifying for LAN, but it's also about avoiding relegation fights.
Yeah, it seems really unclear at the moment, like who's really going to make that top 4. Besides NRG, it is a bit up in the air, and it's a strange one. I think there, as we mentioned with Luminosity, and as you were alluding to, many teams I think are having some issues with structure to really get their talent going, because like Renegades is a great example, as is Optic. Loads of talent, but they're still trying to work out exactly how it all fits together to unleash the talent at the right moments, and they need to work it out soon because we are getting pretty deep here, and we're getting to the decisive days of ECS.
Yeah, those are the last 3 days pretty much wrapped up, and we look forward to the next few days of Counter-Strike. We'll see you soon.